you're going to be watching Monday Night Football tonight and you're looking for some DFS action, I got you covered. We got Monday Night Football tonight between the Bills and the Jets. We also have a bunch of MLB games being played as well. So what I'm going to do in this video is giving you a 3-leg underdog entry. We got Monday Night Football tonight plus those MLB games on Underdog 3-leg DFS entry using the Daily Grind Fantasy DFS Optimizer to find these sharp, mathematically profitable player props to put into your DFS entries. It's a really, really easy tool. I'm going to walk you through how to use it. Most importantly, giving you that 3-leg banger for us all to tail and cash together. The way it works is it essentially provides player props that are positive expected value on whichever DFS platform you're using. So we're talking Prizepicks, Underdog, all the way down to Vivid Picks. In terms of actually reading it and deciding, and I guess deciding is the wrong word, learning and figuring out what individual player and play you should take, that's the easiest part. Player name, that's what it sounds like, who you're taking. And this first one, and we can get right into it, is Aaron Rodgers. The stat is the stat that you're taking, whether you're taking the over or the under. And then the logo here under Underdog is the underdog line you are taking. And we'll get into these next 3 options as well. But the first leg, we're going to take Aaron Rodgers to go under his fantasy score of 17.15. So we're taking him to go fewer than 17.15 fantasy points. This is a positive expected value play on Underdog, highlighted by the green. When you're using Underdog, you're obviously looking, not just Underdog, you're using any of these DFS platforms and the Daily Grind DFS Optimizer. You want to maximize the amount of green plays. But these ones right here, just under 55%, are also okay. It's about the lowest that you want to go when you're using the color coding. Really, you try to stay as close to 55% and above as possible. So these next two at 54.95 and 54.89 are close enough. But for this Aaron Rodgers one, so these 2 columns that we see here, we see percent odds to hit, we see the DGF logo, and we see odds under the DGF logo. The way it works is DGF calculates what they deem to be the true line of whichever market you're taking. So in this case, the Aaron Rodgers fantasy points. They use a ton of different data and factors to determine what these odds should be. Part of that is looking at the other sports books and where they price it. So DGF calculates this to be at about -124. We see across the board -113, -166 at Barstool, -117, -115, -114. So looking at the odds the sportsbooks price it, along with looking at a ton of other data that DGF looks at, assign the odds to this play at -124. Convert that to a winning percentage of 55.32. So when you are using Underdog in a 3-leg entry, non-insurance, I should mention that. Don't use the insurance. You get the implied odds per individual leg of -122. Now, these -122 odds, it's the same odds whether you take the over or the under, and it's the same odds regardless of whatever play you are playing. It doesn't matter what play, literally what entry, what player prop, however you want to define it. It doesn't matter. You're always going to get the implied odds of -122. So when you're using Underdog, all you really want to do, and this is the same for Prizepicks, just maximize the win percentage of the individual player prop, right? You want to get these as high as possible. And that's why we're looking at anything hovering 55% and above. So this one, percent odds to hit, 55.32. This is going to hit roughly 55% of the time. That means the over is going to hit roughly 45% of the time. If Underdog is giving us the same exact odds, it would be malpractice and irresponsible to take the over. So we're riding with the under. That is our Monday Night Football play of the evening. Then we have 2 MLB ones. Corey Seager to go over, 2 hits plus runs plus RBIs. Corey Seager's been on fire recently. The dude is insane. In this play, not that him being on fire matters because all we're looking at is the math. This is a play where I want to highlight this column here, the sportsbook line. So this logo here, the Underdog logo, it's giving you the Underdog prop. We're taking him to go over 2. So the sportsbook line, this is giving you the odds of where the sportsbooks are pricing the play at. So we're talking the FanDuels and the DraftKings of the world. Well, they price him at 2.5. That half-point difference is a pretty big deal, right? If he hits exactly 2, we're at least pushing our play. All the other sports books, you're losing this play. So this is an example of a line discrepancy where the lines are different between Underdog and the sports books. This one is going to hit, as I mentioned, at a 54.95% rate as our second play. And our third play of the evening, Jesus Luzardo of the Marlins to go under 2 earned runs allowed. Now, this one is interesting. So I'm going to talk about this one for a little bit. The sportsbook line is still 2.5. Not still 2.5, is 2.5. It's above the number that we are taking. We're taking 2, but we're still taking the under. You want to know why? Look at where the sportsbooks price the odds for the under 2.5. So these odds are pulled from the sportsbooks. So wherever you see sportsbook line in the odds, those are connected. So the sportsbooks have Jesus Luzardo as such a likely scenario to go under 2.5 runs that there is still some value on him going under 2. That's why the over was a play for the Corey Seager one and why this under was a play, because just look at the difference in the odds, right? The sports books have the over under, for plus money. There's still value on his over at 2. In this case, they're so heavily juicing him to go under 2.5 that there's even still value to him to go under 2. This has a win percentage of 54.89%. Really, you shouldn't go any lower than this number. As you can see the shades, the colors start to go a little bit redder towards the red-orange number. So I got 3 Underdog plays for you guys to hammer for Monday Night Football and MLB tonight. If you're riding, comment and let me know. Other than that, remember to like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.